What's going on, guys? Welcome back, and today we have our week 4 upper B workout. So the exercise we're going to go through today is the standing dumbbell lateral raise. So although this exercise sounds pretty simple, pretty straightforward, there's actually a couple of cues that are really important to note to make sure that when we're doing the exercise we can keep tension on the middle head of our deltoid, which is what we're trying to target during this exercise. So first thing I'll do is grab the dumbbells, stand up. I like to grab the dumbbells pretty tight so that way I can create stability in my wrists and my elbows as I perform the exercise. You'll notice I have a slight bend in my elbows. From here, I will raise the dumbbells by initially contracting with the middle head of my deltoid. So one cue that really helps me to use the middle head of my delt as I perform this exercise and not other muscle groups is to, instead of leading with the dumbbell or leading with my wrists, I actually like to think about there being strings attached to the tops of my elbows, and I perform this exercise so that way I'm leading with my elbows the entire time. So your wrist or the dumbbell should never go above your elbows. You should always try to lead with your elbows to keep that tension on the middle head of your delt. You'll also notice that I'm not doing this exercise completely out to my sides. My arms or my humerus is actually pointed in front of me about 30 degrees. Doing this just helps to put our shoulder in a better position to where we can put more of that tension on the middle head of our deltoid. And kind of just like with those incline dumbbell lateral raises, the video we did a few weeks ago on that, in order to put the most tension on the middle head of our delt, just make sure that at the top of the range of motion and even throughout the whole range of motion when possible, just try to make it so that way it's pointed directly up towards the ceiling. What you'll do is you'll just raise the dumbbells up, raise your elbows up until they're about perpendicular to your body. Pause for anywhere from 1 to 2 seconds, and then slowly lower your elbows and the dumbbells back down. You'll notice that I don't come all the way back down to my sides, just because at the bottom of the rep is when gravity really takes over and you're not getting a lot of tension on your shoulders. So I will lower my elbows down until they're about 15 degrees from my sides. From here, I'll pause for a brief second and then just initiate that next rep the exact same way by contracting with the middle head of my deltoid. And then one last little quick note is that with this exercise especially, as we fatigue and as it becomes harder to perform the exercise, it's easy to start using other muscle groups to compensate and lift the weight. So one thing that happens with a lot of people, and me especially, is as I start to fatigue, I will start to use and incorporate my upper traps to kind of shrug and get the weight up versus maintaining stricter form and keeping that tension on my delts. So that's just one thing to be conscious of, is really try to minimize recruiting other muscle groups like your upper traps and really just try to focus on just using your delts to complete the exercise. Alright guys, have a great workout, and as always, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section below, and I will see you guys tomorrow for our week 4 lower B workout.